Okay, the next step is actually do this dynamically. So let's go back to our code here. And what we'll do here is, if you remember the relationship between this particular element and this element right here is that has a parent and child relationship. So what we have to do here is once we find out there's a match, meaning that this returns true because let's say this is constant or is a consonant or is a vowel, what you want to do now is you want to affect the parent element. And in order to do that, let's do var here. Let's create a variable that represents the parent. I'll call it parent div in this case. Is okay, parent div is equal to element, and we're going to say here parent element. So this right here will return us the parent element right here, meaning that div tag. Now within that div tag, we are going to say class name is equal to mode. Now if you remember, the mode is either going to contain, I want this mode to either contain the value of the classes. So the two classes that I wanted to contain here in this case is either vowel or consonant. These represents the class name. I do not want to hard code that, so we'll create a variable called mode. Let's go up here and we'll say var mode, and by default I'll make that mode ABC, which just means it's clear. Okay. I'll then copy this code here. If I find out that we're in vowel mode, we want to go after the vowel class. And remember, this name matches the name of the class here. So same thing here. I'll copy this code down here. This name will match the consonant that is found also here in CSS. Okay, and it's a class. Now this will contain either vowel, consonant. If none of these criteria are met, it'll contain ABC. Okay, so let's save it. And let's run this again. And let's play around with this until we get this right. So let's go here now. Let's refresh it, reload. Let's click on vowel. It made everything pink. Let's click on consonant. Everything is gray. Let's click on clear. We didn't get that to work yet. We'll get that to work eventually. So now I only want this to work in certain modes. So right now, which function either represents is constant or is vowel. Now what we need to do is we need to actually make this particular is vowel work correctly, meaning that return true when there's an actual vowel. So in order to do that, I'm just going to copy some code in here, and let's examine that code together. So I've copied this code here, and basically we set up a variable called is a vowel. By default, let's set it up to false. Well, then you're going to use a switch statement here, and this is going to take in the letter, and the letter will come in here through the outside world. And this letter, if it's either A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y we like to say, then we will set this value to be true. Once we set the values true, we break out of here, and this will contain either the word true or false. So if somebody types in the letter C here or passes in the letter C here, this will fail. None of these things will get executed, and therefore the default will be false. So that's the first step in doing that. Let's save it. Let's refresh it now. Let's click on vowel. Nice, looks like it's working. Let's click on constant. Constant's making everything gray because we haven't finished doing that yet. So the next step is the vowel and the consonant are actually opposites. So let's actually make them truly opposites. So here I'll call isVal, and with p letter here, and we will negate this actual value, indicating that this is a true. Let's save it here. Well, if it's true, it returns false. If it's false, it'll negate that true. If we save it here, let's reload. Let's click on val. Nice. Let's click on constant. Nice. And clear. Clear does nothing. In the next video, we will fix that. So it just, we'll change the logic slightly so it just, clears it up for us. Okay. And that's it for this video, and we'll continue the rest in the next one. With that, good luck and good coding.